Today I'm going to look at how you can get more buyers from ChatGPT. I want to cover the 4 critical success factors for working with ChatGPT using pricing, semantic content, reviews, and domain authority. I can look at which sites are getting good traffic from ChatGPT and why. And stay with me at the end because I'm going to look at how you can see the revenue coming from ChatGPT in Google Analytics. And we'll look at how you can then improve that and measure your performance over time. Cool. So let's take a look at the first search I wanted to look at, which is a kind of branded search, but specifically looking for a discount. So I've picked this product, which is a baby carrier, Stoker Lemus, and I actually want to specifically highlight one of our customers, which is Rebelstalk, selling this in Canada. So I actually had to qualify this and say I'm buying it in Canada. ChatGPT's got pretty good at local recommendations. Now you can see immediately this brand Rebelstalk gets some great recommendations. In fact, they kind of have from Rebel and Rebelstalk to sort of sister brands. Now, why? Why are they up here? Well, I did use the word discounted, so I guess immediately it's looking for that versus the actual brand directly. But I think this brings me to the first point of first success factor, which is pricing. So there's a few other options here. It's given me Rebelstalk, it's given me Snugglebugs, and it's given me Ella and Elliot, and then Best Buy Canada. So ChatGPT loves these quick comparison tables, and you can see, frankly, it's given me this and it's showing me very clearly the offer. So this is a bit different to Google Search. I know I might appear in Google Shopping because of my pricing, but really in the organic search results, Google's going to prioritize brand over pricing. But here, you see very clearly showing the discount. And then some notes to keep in mind. Okay, cool. So let's say I actually want to go and buy this. I can see that I'm going to go here. In fact, I'm going to go for the mesh carrier here, which is this one. And it's going to take me here. Now, what you'll note is that there's a little UTM sources ChatGPT. I mean, it's actually unnecessary on the web because Google Analytics would get the referral from that website, so it wouldn't know. But this is useful if people are searching in the ChatGPT app. Because then otherwise it would appear as a direct search. We'll see at the end how we're going to get this this source and go and report on it. Cool. So what's to like about this product details page? Well, as you can see, we've got some very clear product images, but I guess from a point of view of ChatGPT, it needs to know more semantically about what the product is about. What does it do in different situations? How would you use it? So I'd say, yeah, pretty good content here. Lots of detail in the description about what it's made from, how you would wear it, how you can adjust it, whether it's weight, how machine washable, all the stuff we'd kind of need to know. It's got some other, content here, and also it's got some good reviews. We'll come on to reviews and semantic content in a bit. So yeah, in the first search, Rebelstalk's winning out because they have a very competitive price for this product. So why didn't the let's look at comparing that to the Google search for the same product. So here we can see, obviously, Google does, if we ignore, well, even in the shopping results, it's prioritizing the brand, and in the organic search results, it's prioritizing the brand. Even if there are cheaper places to go and buy it online, Pramwell Direct. Whereas you can see if we go back to the UK search, it's gonna, again, the top result here is not Stoker. Again, it's Love to Be Natural. It's one of the other resellers of the brand. Right, so let's look at a different example, and here I'm going to go on to get another baby product, pushchairs, to see, and I've put in a kind of realistic search here. I'm looking for a pushchair for my 9-month-old baby, needs to have decent wheels for going off road, and needs to fold up in the boot of my car. So this is all the stuff, and it's important to add this because it's exactly these phrases like gravel paths, what car it's going to fit into, what age of baby it's suitable for, which is going to affect whether it finds the relevant product or not. Okay, so cool. There's a few good recommendations here. This all looks good. As you say, it's not initially highlighting exactly where I'm going to buy it from. It is highlighting the brand. Although if I look at the actual link, so you see again, not the brand site. It's going to take me to a nursery store. So yeah, good recommendations. Let's look at its actual top shopping recommendation here, which, as I said, is this pram from the nursery store. So let's click Brian. Why does it recommend the nursery store? Well, again, keen pricing, definitely. Good level of detail. Again, lots of detail about what it's suitable for. You see here various terrains, all terrain passes, general outdoor use. Again, so that was a key part of my search. I also talked about folding. So again, it's showing me the folded dimensions. Let's go in the reviews. Trustpilot widget without the actual reviews here, but still, credible site and a high authoritative site. So I can see why it recommended me that. Interestingly, with this search, it's not giving me alternatives. It's just saying that's where I want to buy it. Cool, but I actually like it specifically then says I might want to look at other options. And I know that Tula products, I've got an Urban Glide for my own children, and it's a superb off-road pram. Quick plug there. So kind of, why doesn't this product, well, first of all, I want to buy this product. So I've said, where would I buy this particular product? Again, not recommending Utila. Let's look into why. So first of all, the top recommendation is the Pram Center. Again, pricing you can see here, very, very clear. Very important that's there. Pram Center, again, we already looked at lots of product details that it can include and keen pricing. So what about Tula's own site? Well, this is the search I would get to. Now, the problem here is two things. The Urban Glide 2 is actually a discontinued product. And you can see as much as I try to find Urban Glide 2 on Tula's own site, I actually can't do that. The top search is actually they have a search for it, but you can see it's a blog post. Because they're no longer selling it, there's nowhere I can actually click through and buy it. So I think this is a big mistake. Really, for brands to have legacy products, they should still have a listing page for it, but show you what other products, even if that's out of stock, what other products you could buy. And that way, again, you're guiding the search algorithm. So I've picked up or I've been recommended by ChatGPT this old product. I can still buy it through resellers. There's obviously still some stock, but from the brand itself, I should be able to be told I can't buy that one, but I can buy another one. And so Tula could be translating this traffic for the out-of-date product into the latest one. So I think that's a mistake. I also just think if you look at the let's compare this page to the Pram Center page. Now it's a much prettier product details page, no doubt. Great imagery. Great sort of brand ethos, but look, really thin on what I would call usable content. Perfect for newborns and toddlers. That's a bit guys. Ultimate full-size iconic pushchair. I mean, really, like no one is searching for an iconic pushchair. Again, quite a lot of content, but very sort of what I call marketing speak. All-day comfort. Who's searching for that? Smooth braking. Okay, easy to fold, a bit better, but ergonomic. Again, I'm not searching for these things. So I think we have to be really careful when we're looking at semantic content that the AI can actually ingest and feed out, that it's actually relevant for what a user is searching for. I mean, this is still true for Google search, but I do think it's even more important for AI search. So again, if we just go back and compare this to the Pram Center page, although it's looking a lot less pretty, as I said, there is much more like reflective rims, can be used from burst with a bassinet, one hand reclining seats. This is much more descriptive language of actually how you would use this pram and when how you would decide it's a better product than another pram. Okay, cool. Let's go on to another example then, and I'll just go back to So just one other point here, like if we look across different product categories, it does vary hugely. I would say that exactly this sort of baby equipment product category is very kind of reviews and recommendations driven. You can imagine there are lots of others out there searching for the right product. So I think that is one that is going to do very well on an AI search. I tried to search for collagen supplement. I know that's a number of our customers selling that. And interestingly, it's just saying, look, I can't recommend herbal supplements. They've obviously just got a category exclusion on that. So if you're in the supplements business, this is not a strategy for you right now. But I just went on a related product category, which is actually skincare. So I just said, again, in a descriptive search, I want to change my daily facial moisturizer. I'm a 45-year-old man. I'm finding my current moisturizer too greasy. I've said what the current product is, Nivea. So I'm out in the sun a lot. I want dry skin. What brand? Okay, so it's recommending Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. I've tried this before. It's a great product. Interestingly, again, no actual links to the brand site here. I'm actually being linked to a review from the Daily Standard newspaper. So I'm recommending L'Oreal cream and Nivea's own sensitive moisturizer, which I have a look at. Now, again, because this is clearly a shopping search, ChatGPT is showing me the shopping results, and it's going to link me, again, in this case, to the brand site. So you see Kiehl's, again, the top result is to their brand's own store. Again, partly pricing. There's obviously nowhere else it's better sold. But again, if we go and click through, again, we have a decent product details page. It's clear that bit of noise with the pop-ups. But again, clearly good sort of Q&A formats, details, how to use. This is all good stuff. FAQs. This Q&A format content is gold for the AI algorithm because it's exactly that it can regurgitate. So, if I was actually to ask, how do I use the product or what's the difference between the facial cream and moisturizer, it's right here. Good reviews, and nice showing the actual reviews. So lots to like about this product details page. Okay, it's also recommending me a reseller for a little bit more. Okay, again, not a bad PDP, but I think where the brand page is authoritative, the PDP is good, the reviews are good, and the pricing is keen. It's definitely clear that you will get traffic from ChatGPT. Now, interestingly, let's look at the other result, which is the Nivea cream. So you see here, okay, so Nivea doesn't really have a D2C strategy. This is actually the listing page for this product on Nivea. You can see that although it's got some product details, there's no buy button. I'm just being redirected to another retailer to buy it. So in some cases, they're not trying to compete, which is why they're not listed. But if we go back to here, we'll see, look, actually the top result is Amazon. And then a few others. So, again, why is Amazon winning here? Well, price definitely, and brand authoritative. It's hard to beat Amazon for that. But again, some really good semantic content on this page. We've got the fact that it's an alcohol moisturizer, relieves sign of skin irritation, protects skin, non-greasy. These are all very descriptive semantic words in the product title. And then we go down the page, obviously a large amount of kind of how to apply, what is this for, why would I use it, kind of content, similar products, product description. Okay, some of this is obviously just pulled direct from Nivea, but all good. Product details. And then I wanted to highlight this feature here, which is make it a little bigger. This is called Rufus AI, which is Amazon's own AI bot. And you can see that it's picking up something, asking a specific question. What's great about this is not necessarily that ChatGPT is using this AI search. They have their own, but it's kind of mimicking the kind of content that you need. So the reason it can answer this question easily is, again, apart from the product reviews, which the AI is scanning, it actually says, a couple of times at the top here, non-greasy, so on. So this is very easy for the AI to answer a common question about this product. And obviously reviews, Amazon's done reviews from the very start and does them extremely well with huge volumes of reviews. So that's kind of why for this product where there isn't a D2C option for Nivea, Amazon's coming out at the top. Okay, so let's just pick one more example, which is the L'Oreal cream. Now, this really brings us on to the fourth factor of success. So we've talked about pricing, we've talked about semantic content or detailed product descriptions with really how-to type Q&A. We've talked about reviews, but let's talk about domain authority, because I think in a search like this, where it's basically a generic product, but it's a branded product that you can buy in lots of different retailers, you see, interestingly, the top result, Boots.com, is not the cheapest product here. There's some options here which are cheaper. So Home Bargains here, radically cheaper. So why doesn't ChatGPT put Home Bargains at the top of the list here versus Boots? Well, it's all about domain authority. So we're going to look here at this is the Ahrefs domain authority checker. And if I look at Home Bargains, which is a discounted store retailer in the UK, I can see their online store is only 62 rating out of 100. And that, if we go to Boots.com, which is sort of seen in the UK as a more premium retailer, we can see much higher domain authority, 83, which is really like, if you're getting the 80s, you really are a credible brand, 2.6 million backlinks. And then TK Maxx, which was sort of in the middle and would be seen as kind of in the middle trustworthiness in the UK, it's got 73, so between the two, 230 backlinks. So I do think that actually this is where the SEO game, getting trusted authority backlinks, high levels of user content, is still similar with ChatGPT versus Google search. You're still going to, all other things being equal, rank high. In fact, all other things not being equal, even when you are selling at a big discount, if ChatGPT doesn't trust you, then it's not going to recommend you first. Okay, so that kind of covers off most of the points I wanted to make. Just one final part, going back to the first example I had about Stoke, is that, look, if I say, look, I actually have so I'm repeating the same search I did at the beginning, but without the word discounted in. I just want to buy the product. Where would I find that? And you can see here, I'm still that website, Wabblestalk, is still getting good ranking, but not the top anymore. But I think what I wanted to highlight here is just the massive miss from the brand that is not listed in this quick comparison you see. So yes, obviously they have put the brand, well, not obviously, but they have put the brand in the listing. But I'm not, as a consumer, going to go and click through on this because I don't have any pricing. And you see, the problem with that is that this page which is being picked up, so it's picking up this page, which is not the PDP. It's kind of like a dead end. I don't know what it is trying to be. It's a sort of duplicate search. So yes, there's great content here. Yes, the AI loves it. And yes, it's getting linked to. But because there's no actual pricing here, there's no buy button, there's no shipping options, I've basically lost the lead. I mean, and probably true if I do this from Google search as well. So I think you have to be very careful that you're not presenting the AI crawling pages which are not helping you. That they are, just because you're getting crawled and getting listed, it doesn't mean it's leading to buying. Okay, so that leads us nicely into how we would actually measure this in Google Analytics and how we see whether we're improving over time. So I'm going to flick here to a Google Analytics exploration. So in Google Analytics, we can easily build one of these explorations. It's here in the left-hand menu to see what a particular traffic source is driving for us. So I want to pick the last 12 months of time range, and I want to look at the metrics I'm going to look at are basically sessions So I'm going to pick sessions and engage sessions. And then I'm going to pick dimensions. I want to have source. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is to, well, first of all, I'm just drop in the values here for sessions and engage sessions. And I want to change it from a freeform to a line chart. I just want to see how this is progressing over time. I want granularity weekly. Daily is a bit too much fluctuation. So this is my whole traffic for the site over the last 12 months. Okay, but what I want to see, and I'm going to add a filter here, is just where source contains chatgpt.com. Okay. So here we go. We've got basically a chart of how week by week the traffic from ChatGPT has increased. And you can see, we've had a big uplift between sort of March to May this year. Instantly dropped off a little bit, but I think you'll see a fairly similar thing that for sort of consumer searches, particularly product searches, this last few months in 2025 have proved to be a sort of turning point. Now, I'll caveat this by saying for this brand, it's still a pretty tiny fraction. Under 0.1% of their traffic is coming from ChatGPT and nothing for the other searches. But I think we can all agree that's going to increase over time. So I want to help you monitor this now so you can see, first of all, when is it becoming relevant for you? But also you can see if you are investing in efforts to improve generative engine optimization, GEO, then you can see the results here. So I can save this report. It'll obviously update, save this exploration. It'll update in day by day to see how my traffic from ChatGPT is included. Now, here's one I made earlier, and you might want to actually just change this to include other search engines. So I've changed this to a regex match to include Perplexity and Claude as well. Honestly, for this brand, currently that's not driving anything, but obviously that will vary by product category and by geography. So that's how you can build the report in Google Analytics. Now, a quick plug to say, look, that's great if you're going to analyze the traffic, but obviously if you're on Shopify and you're looking at who's buying, then actually what you want to do is analyze whether ChatGPT is bringing you conversions. So what we would do with that is to install Littledata's free Google Analytics app for Shopify, which enables you to track all of the conversions accurately server-side into Google Analytics, and that's available on the Shopify App Store. You can just search for Littledata, and you'll see that we have our Google Analytics app here. Very quick to install, takes about 10 minutes, and it's going to make sure that you've got all the accurate data into Shopify that you need to run this analysis. So going back to the report, once I've got the conversion data there into Google Analytics, it's here under ecommerce, and I can look at purchase revenue. And then if I can add that to the chart instead of sessions, well, actually I can do along with sessions. So I'll keep sessions in there, and I'll add purchase revenue along with it. Right, okay, let's just do one then. Okay, so look, there's already some revenue being attributed to ChatGPT. Not masses, but I can see that is driving, every week there's a few purchases that are coming, and that is just increasing to, up 200% week on week. So yeah, that is really growing very fast. So I recommend, you go into Google Analytics, you check, how much is it driving right now. You can see that. By the way, we're talking about users who are clicking through from ChatGPT to your site. We're not talking about ChatGPT crawling your site. That's a whole other question. I would just take it for granted that they are doing that, or they're going to Shopify's data source directly for your product. That's coming soon later this year. And so they're finding out about you The question is, are they recommending you to customers? And that's what we can look at right here. So I would say, if you're doing well, if we flip back to the strategy, if you are in the pushchair industry, if you've got your results coming up in these sort of searches, then keep monitoring the traffic and see how that evolves. I think it's important to say that this is evolving month on month. The new model versions come out. ChatGPT is obviously trying to improve the kind of rankings, improve the listings so that they are as user-friendly as possible. You'll probably notice there's some experimentation going on here. So it's like, do you like this result or this result? That helps them to generate results that are liked. But I think we'll see some of these things stay exactly the same. I can be very sure that they're always going to recommend the best value product. That's what almost everyone wants, even if you don't explicitly ask for discount or value in the search. I think they're also always going to recommend products that are well described and well linked to. So that semantic content is very important. Having blog posts around your product details pages to actually understand how you would use it for different situations, maybe for different industries. Reviews are clearly going to continue to be important. But I would say if you're lacking that Q&A content that's so valuable, you're going to need to work on ways to generate that, maybe using AI itself to generate what are the common questions people would ask about this topic and to answer them. And finally, you're going to need to keep working on the basics of SEO, of having good domain authority, people linking to your site, people recommending your products, because that is how not only will people buy your product, but people will come to your own branded store to buy your product. I hope this is helpful. Do subscribe to the channel if it's been useful. And the next video next week, we'll cover a little bit more on how does ChatGPT and AI search change the game for D2C retail.